Sectional opponent come to town tonight. Always a tough game, guys, and let's get right into it and get your thoughts on tonight's game.
Yeah, Paoli comes in at 6-3. Totally different team this year. They don't have Bosley, who was the main focus in the past. It's more of going to be a team effort to try to come in here and get a win tonight. But it just switches gears to us. I mean, this is we talked about the last two Friday nights being important ball games. I think this one ranks right there because we're coming off a loss that we haven't had for a while, as we was on that 10-game winning streak. And now you got a sectional opponent who, has been probably hearing that we're the sectional favorites for this year, and they want to come in here and make a statement that, hey, you still got to go through us.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you looking at the sectional and the teams in sectional right now, I would put us right there as far as favorite-wise, but as far as the next team, I'd say Paoli would be the next team. And this is going to be a good test. And, coming off the last night was a physical game. Paoli always plays hard, and they play physical also. So, I look for us to, have a little chip on our shoulder and come out and play hard tonight.
Well, Shane, I'll come back to you right now. Let's talk a little bit we'll talk briefly on last night's game. Being your alma mater over there at North Harrison, talk a little bit about what the Musketeers done well over there and what we need to improve on to come out of here with a victory tonight.
Right. I thought we'd come out of the ballgame playing real well. We shot the ball well. We were really in a good rhythm offensively, and I think we kind of shocked them a little bit. I know that they thought we were a good team, but I didn't think they realized how good a team we are. And we got up, I believe, around 15, 17 points, and after that part, I don't think we handled it real well because they adjusted. They were playing physical the whole game, but I think they stepped it up a little bit more and took us out of our offense. And I think we need to do a little bit better job of when that happens. Be patient, move the ball, and I think we are a team.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly
So I think we played a good game last night, and it was a really good opponent. I believe a top probably 15 team in Class 3A, so it was a good game to kind of see where we're at because we were on a roll. And if we do it the right way, we can take that game and learn a lot from it going through the rest of our schedule.
Mikey?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think not only the boys learning some things, but I think you got to look at the coaching staff learning some things as well. When we talked, quite a bit during this JV game and stuff, but, I think the turning point in the game was we was rolling, and McIntyre gets the free throw line on a bailout call, in my opinion. Sees the ball go through the bucket, and then he hits a three, tough three from the wing. KT picks up his second foul and has to set the last 2.5 minutes. And at that point, they kind of cut into that 16-point lead slowly but surely. Got it down to single digits going into the half. And, I thought that was huge. And, we got to learn how to finish ball games like that. And, if we want to advance into the postseason very far, we got to take, like Shane said, and learn from it. But we didn't have that third scorer last night that we've been having in the past. It's been Yancey, KT, or whoever the person may be. It was Eli over at Austin. But we didn't have that last night, and we got to do a better job of that. But they're a top 2 team in the conference, and you went over there and went toe-to-toe with them. And, they went toe-to-toe with the conference leader, Brownstown, earlier this year, double overtime at Brownstown. So you ought to feel good about when Brownstown comes in here that you can play with them and give yourself an opportunity to finish in the top 3 of the conference.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this team that's come in here tonight, this Paoli team. They returned. They lost Brett Bosley like you talked about, but they returned quite a bit of experience from last year's team with Bladen Patton, Cornette McBride's back, Trey Rominger's back, and then you have Carson Little with extended minutes for him also, and then Fletcher Cole, a freshman, come in and I've watched this kid play since, Garrett's been playing ball since middle school, and then he's going to be it's probably, as far as basketball smarts, he's one of the best kids I think I've ever been around as far as knowing the game. He's played a lot of basketball up till now, and it shows to be as young as he is.
Yeah, I mean, they're well coached, and he's been around the game for a long time, and pretty much from the time he was born, he's been around the game of basketball, and Dusty's got a heck of a player there, and this team here is, in the past when you played Paoli, like I said, you've had to focus on Bosley, but now you don't have that focus. You're going to have to really step up and defend the ball. And, they're without one of their starters in Moon, who was out with sickness. So, we're not going to be playing him at full strength. So, it kind of, in my opinion, win or lose for Paoli, it's kind of an advantage for them.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched them play a little bit. Went on YouTube and watched them play a little bit. And, they play hard. They're going to make some shots here and there. And especially, if you let Fletcher open, he's going to knock down shots.
Yeah.
I think, whoever guards him, KT or Caleb, can hold their own with him and can guard him, So, but they got some other guys that can put the ball in the basket because they do play hard. And like you said, they got a good coach, and they're going to come in here and, I know they're down a player, but they're going to come in here and play hard, and, they're going to take what they learned from this game. And
I think they may be a little bit of, if there is an advantage for them coming in here tonight, as a couple of things. They didn't play last night. They're going to be a little fresher than we are. But they had an opportunity to watch us just last night instead of 2 weeks ago or whenever when they scouted us. Part of that varsity team, along with Coach Cole and the JV coach, was there last night to watch us. So they have just seen us play. So they kind of seen what North Harrison did to get us flustered, and kind of gives them a little bit of an advantage, I feel like.
Well, over the last couple of weeks, I've had the opportunity to see Paoli play a couple of times here, and they're missing one of their key starters in John Moon. He's out with COVID protocol here, but the one thing, and I'll go back to it, and he's not going to wow you around the basket. He's not going to score 20 a game. But like I told him before we come on the air here earlier, it's going to be important for Carson Little to stay in the ball game tonight. He's going to have to rebound and he's going to have to make some open shots, I feel like, to give this Paoli team a chance to win this ball game at the end.
Yeah, they're going to have to shoot the ball well, I believe. If they're not shooting the ball well, that gives us an advantage, because I think we should have a little chip on our shoulder coming out last night's game. Play hard, and because it was a physical game. So if they try to make it a physical game again, we should be ready for that.
Yeah, and I think we got to have a steady diet of Jacob early. Get his confidence back up from last night. Get him going, and you try to get them in foul trouble. As they only got 8 varsity players, so get to their bench.
Well, we got about 30 seconds here, guys, so we'll take this opportunity to step away, hear a word from our sponsors, and get to the national anthem. We'll be back at you in just a moment to get the starting lineups and Mikey and Shane's keys to victory for both sides. But you're listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
Yo, listen up. Papa John's is rolling out their New York-style pizza. The oversized pizza has 8 big foldable slices with just the right balance of crust and toppings. Order one today online, your Papa John's app, or call the Salem location at 812-883-3369. Each New York pizza is $13 for a one-topping pie and is available for purchase until March 13th. The New York-style pizza is a classic that reigns supreme, so we're excited to offer consumers this foldable crust favorite made with our fresh, never-frozen dough. Stop in and see our new store manager, Shelby Lehman, today about setting up a fundraiser for your nonprofit event. Also, they're still hiring drivers and inside help. Apply online at harry.com, HARRI.com. Remember, hot, fresh pizza is just a phone call away, 812-883-3369.
Neidig, can I have a quick word?
Of course, Governor. What can I do for you?
Well, I just want to say thank you.
For what, sir?
For your service.
Well, Governor, you're welcome. And you know that I'm incredibly passionate about what we do at the IHSA.
Oh, I do, and I share your passion. Without the IHSAA, we'd be without something incredibly important to our state's culture and to me, the boys and girls basketball state tournaments.
Without Hoosier hysteria, Indiana just wouldn't be Indiana, would it?
You're absolutely right, it wouldn't. And after all these years, I still can't seem to prepare myself for the excitement of the tournament.
Governor, the only way you can prepare for Hoosier hysteria is by getting your ticket.
Oh, you know I'll be the first in line. Nobody does basketball like Indiana. This is high school basketball. This is Indiana. This is your IHSAA.
Hey, Gary, you know how we like to say that high school sports are the purest form of amateur sports?
Pure spirit, pure sport. That's Indiana high school athletics.
Well, I learned something the other day that further proves that.
I'm interested. Tell me more, Chris.
Well, we all know what amateur means, but do you know the root of its meaning? It means for the love of.
Wow, you're right. That really does reinforce the idea that high school sports are the purest form of sport.
Fans, I'm IHSA Assistant Commissioner Chris Kaufman.
And I'm Assistant Commissioner Carrie Rosati.
If you want to watch sports in their purest form, get a ticket and go support your high school sports teams.
Everyone there, from the players and coaches to the fans and officials, they're there simply for the love of the game.
Pure spirit.
Pure sport.
This is pure spirit. This is pure sport. This is your IHSAA.
All right, welcome back to Eastern High School here. Conclusion of our national anthem given to us by our own Eastern High School pep band, conducted by Mr. Matt Lindley. I'll give you starting lineups here first for the Paoli Rams. They'll go with the 6'3" senior, number 12, Bladen Patton. They'll go with the 6-foot freshman guard, number 14, Fletcher Cole. A 6'4" junior, number 20, Isaac Cornett McBride. A 6-foot sophomore, number 24, Trey Rominger. And another forward, 6'3", and a senior, number 42, Carson Little. For the Musketeers, they'll go with the same starting lineup. 6'3" senior, number 23, Cade Jones. 6'1" senior, number 24, Caleb Jones. 6'1" sophomore, number 25, Cade Temple. In the middle for the Musketeers, 6'10", a junior, number 30, Jacob Cherry. And another forward, 6-foot, junior, number 33, Yancey Edlin. Guys, let's get your keys to the game. What's going to get us going here?
Well, I think we need to just come out and do what we do. We get the ball to, Jacob down low, get shots for a cave, and just take what we, from last night, just let it motivate us for tonight, So defensively, just go out and play hard,
Well, I agree. I mean, I think the biggest thing is we got to have a quick start tonight. We can't fall behind early and start dwelling on what happened last night. We got to get after it early, show that, there is no after effects from last night. And I think we got to, dominate the boards. Dominate the boards and control those shooters and keep them out of the lane, and we'll be all right. But before we get started, Wes, real quick, I want to give a shout-out to Mr. and Mrs. Martin, who ain't able to be out to the ball game today. I know they're listening. We miss you guys, and hopefully you'll be back next weekend for the ball game.
Absolutely. We're thinking about you. As both teams come to the center circle here, it'll be Jacob Cherry and Cornett McBride to jump it off. And we're about ready to go here from Eastern. Paoli. Eastern gets the tip, and it's back to Caden Temple. Temple walking across the timeline here. He'll slide it right to Caleb Jones. Jones looks, goes atop the key to Jacob Cherry. Now Caden Temple. Temple on the left side. Alley-oop to up and good to Jacob Cherry. We ran that play last night, and it worked good.
Right. That was a good play run and coming right out of,
He started their face guard Cade, too, so he's going to have to work.
Here's Cornette McBride for a three. You know, typically I know talking to them, they're not shot the ball real well. They can get him going and knock down some outside shots. It could be big for him. 3-2, Paoli. It's early on here. Left side to Caleb Jones. Jones now to Temple. Temple being guarded by Fletcher Cole. Spins. Back. Gives it back to Yancey Edlin. Edlin down the middle of the lane. Off the glass. No good. Rebounded out there by McBride. He gets it off to Fletcher Cole. Paoli now.
That's a shot you like to see Yancey knock down. That was a good shot there. We need to get him going,
He needs to see one go through.
Yeah.
Here's Carson Little on the left wing off to Rominger. Rominger back out to the top. Slides it right to Fletcher Cole. Cole now the handoff to Bladen Patton. Patton on the right side. Looks. Now Fletcher. Fletcher from the baseline. Back out top to Bladen Patton. Now to Trey Rominger. Now to the baseline to Carson Little. Little now dribble it back out top. Back out to Fletcher Cole. Fletcher drives baseline. Throws it out to Carson. Carson Little with a 15-footer and knocks it down.
And they're being patient on offense.
Yes, they're being real patient.
They got a couple good shots there. So
5-2. Paoli Rams on top. Jones step back, 15-footer. Rattles in and out. Fletcher Cole with the rebound. Cole off to Rominger. Rominger to Carson Little. Little back to Fletcher Cole. Now to Patton. Patton out top now looking for McBride. Nothing there. Here's Fletcher Cole for the long three. No good. Rebounded by K. Jones.
we need to push it here.
Yancey up ahead to Caleb, and we're going to have a foul, I believe, on Carson Little.
And I think you're going to see that a lot more with Cherry. They're going to try to keep him off that block, and you're going to pick up some fouls there.
Temple into Caleb Jones. Now Jacob. Jacob going to get called for a travel. Turnover Musketeers back to the Rams.
And, you know, that's something that Jacob can do. I mean, he traveled there, but he can put the ball on the floor and take it to the basket, even though he's 6'10".
Now here's Paoli to Rominger. Left side to McBride. McBride dribbles it back out top, hands it off to Cole. Cole, now left side to Patton. Patton, back out top to Fletcher Cole. Fletcher, now to Rominger. Paoli's still showing a lot of patience. Left side now to Patton. Out top to McBride. Gets it off to Fletcher Cole. They'll back it back out again. Out of Patton. To Rominger. Rominger pulls up for a 15-footer and he knocks it down.
Again, they're being really patient. I think you're going to see more teams do that, Judge, especially teams we face where we're more talented. They're going to just take their time.
7-2, Paoli Rams on top of the Musketeers. Left side to Yancey, out top to Cade Jones. Ball stripped away. Now Cade down the middle of the lane, a little runner. No good. Rebounded out there by Blade Patton. Patton up ahead to Rominger. Rominger driving in, backs it back out, now goes to Patton. Patton out to Carson Little. Off to Fletcher Cole. Cole out top of the key, going to look to penetrate, kicks it out to Patton. Patton out top to McBride. Back to Patton. Now to Rominger on the baseline. He'll dribble it back out top. Looking for a seam, now to Little. Ball tapped away, picked up by Cole. On the right wing, now dribbles it back out top of the key, gets it off to Rominger. Rominger splits defenders, goes in from the left side, blocked away by Jacob Cherry.
You know, that was a good defensive play, but I like to see Jacob try to keep that in bounds.
Keep it in bounds.
You know, he definitely had, it wasn't not a block there where he barely got it. I mean, he could control where, you know, he blocks that, so.
Little, down low to McBride. McBride off to Blade Patton, off the glass, got it. 9-2 now. Rams.
We need a bucket right here.
Here's Temple, high post Jacob Cherry. Cherry Back to Temple. Temple drives in from the left side. Now we'll back out and give it off to Yancey Evelyn. Right side to Caleb Jones. Jones looks inside. Nothing there. Now goes back to Yancey. Yancey looking for Kay Jones on a curl move. Right side now to Caleb. Caleb's going to let 3 go, and he got it.
That's a shot at Caleb. Starts to knock down. We're going to be a very tough team.
What do you call them, Mikey?
Bonus point. Bonus point. Yeah.
9-5. Paoli on top with 2:41 left here in the first quarter. Patton out top to Cole. Right side to Rominger.
And we've gone 2-3 zone here.
Left side, now short corner to Little. Catches Rominger going through the lane. Another basket.
Let's kind of start the,
Paoli needed.
Yeah.
Paoli needed a start like this.
Yeah, I know they did. And, they're building confidence in themselves.
11-5.
Yeah. I know they're frustrated on that call, but at the same time, he may not push. But, he was into his body.
Yeah. Second on Carson Little as we got Caleb Jones checked in. Now we got 2 Caleb Joneses on the floor. Inside to Cherry. Cherry will go to work. We'll get another foul on the floor, and that one will be on Jones. Comes into Jones, now out to Cade. Cade back inside to Cherry. Cherry turn around, got it.
And he's usually money from that.
Well, and like I said last night, if you got a kid on him that's, 6'6", whatever it is, it's tough to guard him, and the only way to really guard him is holding him.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can do. Push, hold him. You're right. There's nothing much else you can do.
So 11-7 now, Paoli on top with 1.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Cole on the right side, back out top to Patton. Left side to Rominger. Back to Patton. Now Rominger. Rominger drives baseline, looks inside, stripped away. Come back up. Jones.
That's what we need right there.
Ball stolen by. Now here's Temple. Down the middle. Step through. Off the glass, and we're going to have a charging call on Caden Temple.
I felt like that was a bad call because he looked like he was leaning back.
Yeah.
Instead of staying straight up and taking the foul, he was already.
Well, they were kind of due one there. You kind of felt like he was going to get a call there sooner or later,
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first foul on Caden Temple. Our first. Now Paoli with 1 minute to go here in the first. Patton, left side to Rominger. Out of McBride. Back out top to Patton. Right side to Cole. Cole holds it out there. Now back to Patton. Now to Cole. Now high post to McBride. Now back to Patton. Down to 40 seconds. Fletcher. To Patton. We're down to 30. Patton. To Cole. Back to Rominger. To Patton out top. Down to 20. Patton. Out to Jones. Now to Rominger. Rominger to Cole. Down to 8. 5. To Rominger for a 3 at the buzzer, and no good. So that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Score at the end of one's 11-7. Paoli Rams on top of the Eastern Musketeers. We'll step away here, word from our sponsors. Be back to you. You're listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
Yo, listen Listen up. Papa John's is rolling out their New York-style pizza. The oversized pizza has 8 big foldable slices with just the right balance of crust and toppings. Order one today online, your Papa John's app, or call the Salem location at 812-883-3369. Each New York pizza is $13 for a one-topping pie and is available for purchase until March 13th. The New York-style pizza is a classic that reigns supreme, so we're excited to offer consumers this foldable crust favorite made with our fresh, never-frozen dough. Stop in and see our new store manager, Shelby Lehman, today about setting up a fundraiser for your nonprofit event. Also, they're still hiring drivers and inside help. Apply online at harry.com, HARRI.com. Remember, hot, fresh pizza is just a phone call away, 812-883-3369.
Welcome back to Eastern High School here. Start of the second quarter to be Paoli basketball. Paoli leading Eastern Musketeers 11-7 here to start this second quarter. Mikey, any comments from you before we get going here, buddy?
Well, just like I told you guys off the air, it's just a reversal from last year where we wanted to slow the game up, keep the tempo in our favor, shorten the game, and that's what they're doing to us this year. So
now, here's Paoli. Cole out top. Going to get a ball screen from Jones. Now he's looking to penetrate. Back out to Patton. Patton. Back to Cole.
You know, I think, maybe we need to put a little more ball pressure on them. Maybe try to speed them up a little bit. Obviously, trying not to pick up any fouls.
Here's a three by McBride that's no good.
Because I think we want to push the ball a little bit more than what they do.
Inside to Cherry. Up. No good.
You got to use the backboard.
He's got to convert that one.
Yeah, you got. I feel like you need to use the backboard there.
I just like seeing go ahead and dunk it.
Yeah. Left side to Patton. Now to McBride, now to Cole. Cole has it up top. He'll set the offense up, go right side to Patton. Now to Jones. Jones on the right wing, out top to McBride. Off to Patton. Patton let a three go. He got it. 14-7.
That was a good set coming off the screen there. He's wide open.
Caleb on the left side now. Caleb Jones back out top to Yancey. They got to throw it in there. That'll be the fourth foul on Paoli. That'll be on Jones. I believe that's his second. But Andrew comes in to replace Jones as the Musketeers. Here's Edlin. Now off to Cade Jones. Cade now being guarded by Bladen Patton. Right side to Branson White's in the game. Now Jones out top. Jones penetrates, steps through. Left hand. He'll be fouled and go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, right now we need to look to try to get the ball to Cade, kind of get him in a rhythm.
Yeah.
Because right now, he's not.
He needs to see one go through.
He needs to see one go through, yeah, definitely. And usually, sometimes free throws helps that.
Mm-hmm.
Knock down a couple free throws, get in the rhythm.
And we've seen it with Cade a couple times this year, struggle early on, see a couple free throws go through, and gets going. Here's Cade steps to the line. The first free throw is up and good.
And, teams are going to be more physical with him, especially in the second half. They've seen him, what he's done in the first half of the season. He's played really well, and he can score the ball. So teams are going to be more physical with him.
Second one by Jones is also good. So 14-9.
Kind of limping right now, so hopefully he's okay.
Cole to McBride. Now left side to Patton. Patton over the top to McBride. Lays it off the glass and good.
That was right there. Branson he needs to speak up.
Yep.
He's seen that his man set that pick, and he didn't say a word.
16-9. To Edlin. Now Branson. Branson back to Cade Jones. Jones for three. No good. Rebounded by Rominger. We'll get a foul on Nancy Edlin. Well, I can tell you this, Paoli's playing what shots they are taking, and they're being very methodical about it. They're getting good shots,
Yeah.
and we're not playing too well down here on the offensive end.
You know, we're struggling a little bit, and they are definitely, you know, working until they get a good shot.
There's Cole now on the right side. Handoff now to Bladen Patton. He'll dribble it out top. Back now to Cornette McBride. To Patton. Left side to Kump. Now to Patton. Patton off to Cole. Cole looking to penetrate. Spin move. Backs it up. Shots up. No good. Rebounded out there by Cade Jones. 5:10 to go here in the first half. Jones on the move. Off the glass. No good. And rebounded by McBride.
In and out there, that was a tough one.
Now here's McBride. Now to Cole. Cole being guarded by Temple. He'll back it back out and go to Patton. Right side to Cole. To Kump. Now to Brominger. Left side to McBride. Brominger out top. To Patton. To Kump on the right side. Back out to Patton. Now Rominger. Rominger, now left side to Cole. Fletcher, back out to Kump out top. Now Bladen Patton. To McBride on the wing. To Fletcher out top. We're down to 4 minutes to go here in the first half.
Yeah, they're not going to take a bad shot here.
No.
They're working until they can get the wide open shot or a
There's
layup.
Rominger. To Cornette McBride. Now Patton. To Kump at the high post. He's looking. Backs it back out. Gives it to Patton again. Down to 3:41. Kump open in the middle. They didn't give it to him. Here's Rominger with a slash off the glass. No good. Rebound by Eli Guthrie. I think we need to show a little patience down here, too.
Yeah, let's get. Make sure we get a basket here.
Here's Eli on the left wing. Now Yancey, Branson White, Temple now. Looks inside to Cade Jones. Jones going to get called for a travel. Trying to do too much right now.
It was. That was going to be a difficult shot even if they didn't call travel. He's on the baseline there and kind of took extra
He just
steps.
needs to let it come to him.
Yeah.
Just let it come to
Getting
him.
a little frustrated offensively.
So it's things like that. Now we come down here and they milk another minute and a half off the clock.
And it even makes you more frustrated
Yep.
if you want to get the ball back to score.
Here's Cole on the left side. Back to Patton. To Cole. Left side to McBride. Out top to Rominger. Right side to Cole. Cole back to back out with 2:37 to go here in the first half. Now to Patton. Rominger looking to attack. Nothing there. Goes back to McBride. McBride will hold it out top. Now back to back out.
Oh, good steal.
Here's Cade Jones with a breakaway off the glass and got it. 16-11. First one to 30 wins.
Well, that's what Paoli wants.
Yeah.
Definitely what they want. Which is smart on their part.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't think you want to get in the running game with us.
McBride now penetrates.
Oh, he walked definitely.
Ball's fought for. Come out of there by McBride. He'll go up with it. No good. He'll be fouled. It looks like it's going to be on Caden Temple, and that'll be his second.
They just out hustled us there. I mean, there's one guy against our three, and we still didn't get the rebound.
So McBride will step the line to shoot two. The first one's up and good. As Jacob Cherry will check back in and replace Branson White.
I mean, if we can score down here, I think we have maybe try to pick them up a little more full court.
Yeah.
Try to speed them up a little bit.
Kump checks out as Jones will check back in. McBride's second free throw is up, and he rolls it in. So 18-11, Paoli on top with 1:48 to go here in the first half. Temple, high post to Jacob Cherry. Cherry now hand off to Cade Jones. Jones down the middle of the lane, lays it up, no good. Rebounded by McBride.
We've missed 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Little, 3 or 4 foot shots.
Here's Patton. Off to Jones. Now Rominger. Rominger on the left side. Dribbles it out top. Backs it back out now. Now to Patton. Patton now to Cole. Down to minute 15. Cole off to Patton.
And they might run this all the way down.
They might. I think they will. I mean, depending on what kind of shot they get, the kind of look they get.
Yeah.
If it ain't a layup, I say they're going to take the last one here and there.
Exactly.
Rominger. Back out to McBride out top. Now to Cole.
Yeah, definitely not going to.
Coach Cole's out here yelling one. Now to Rominger. Rominger. Patton. Down to 40. To Cornette McBride out top. Rominger. To Cole. Down to 30. Off to Jones. Back to Fletcher. Cole. Down to 18. Now right side to Blake Patton.
Don't foul there. He's reaching.
Well, they've held it for a minute and a half here, boys.
You don't want to go all the way down to this and then foul.
Down to 7. Cole goes to work. He spins. Going to have a travel call, and that'll be the end of the first half there. So halftime score here from Eastern. The Paoli Rams on top of the Eastern Musketeers, 18-11. We'll step away, hear a word from our sponsors and Commissioner Corner, and be back with you to give your first half stats and comments from Mikey and Shane. You're listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Commissioner, happy holidays to you, your family, your staff, and everybody with the IHSAA. We are back to wrestling and bouncing balls and doing everything that we can because we're about a month away from some championships in winter sports, are we not?
We are, right around the corner. We've got girls swimming, wrestling, and the girls basketball sectional series all start within the next month. So, as we've talked before, teams had Christmas break to get their teams tuned up and all their stuff in for the year, and they got to go. They got to get better, and they got to get ready for tournament time.
Yeah, you mentioned a girls pairing show will be here before we know it.
It will be. It'll be a couple weeks out, and we'll unveil those brackets, and everybody will be sitting there at their watch parties and just seeing what their tournament draw is going to look like. You know what? I love following the kids and the coaches and the teams across the state when it comes to our tournament pairing shows, just because it's an excitement time. It's a time for gathering. Teams get together and watch you and your presentation, and absolutely, we watch it on social media, and it's been incredible to watch the popularity of those drawing shows.
I know you're very kind. One of the things that we talk a lot about, obviously, are our student athletes. That's why we're in business. But you coached, I coached. We'll spend a little time talking about coaches. Holidays are just wrapped up. That's going to be one of the last times that coaches in basketball will have any significant time with their family until the tournament's over. And everybody thinks they know how to coach. That's part of being a Hoosier. That's part of your DNA. If you're a Hoosier, you understand basketball. But you and I both know how much it takes to do these things behind the scenes. And there's no way that coaches get the credit that they so richly deserve.
No, they don't. And, I would tell you today that I sit in the seat that I sit in and get to do what I do because of a coach who took time in my life to mentor me, to challenge me, to teach me that I could be something that I didn't think I could be, found a little more of my game than I thought I could have. And, those memories and those things that coaches do for kids is just phenomenal. And they do it selfless. They're not in it for themselves. They're first of all, in most cases, they're teachers first. They're worried about the classroom, the first degree kids are going to get in their life, that high school education. And, I'm so thankful to do this in Indiana because we've got incredible coaches that care nothing more than about developing kids.
You make a great point in the sense that I often ask people to tell me who, besides their parents, was the most influential person in their lives and in their careers. And the overwhelming response is it was a teacher or a coach. And
no,
that's not by accident, for heaven's sakes.
No, it's not. And, I've always, you probably know this gentleman, but there's a guy out there in my life named Herb McPherson who coached me for 2 years. And Coach came to North Posey High School when I was a kid and helped me grow so much. And I'll be forever indebted to what he did. And, every time I see him, I thank him for what he's done for me as a human being. And there's certain people that you walk this life that you look at them and it doesn't matter how long you've been away from them, but you still address them as coach. And I think that's such a term of endearment and what people mean to them.
It's an exciting time. I used to think as a college coach, the month of January was the longest month of my life. But I think in the high school realm, it's an exciting month because you have tournaments. You're getting ready for tournaments. You need to get your game better. You need to improve individually and collectively as you head into the greatest time of the year, which would be tournament time for those of us in the basketball world.
It is. And, it's so exciting. And you're exactly right, Coach. It's preparation is here. It's time, and teams are going to suit them up, and they're going to play. And there's so much on the line when they play those tournament games. If you play well, you move, you get to play the next day. But if you don't play particularly well that night, the season's over, and you celebrate the successes of that season. And it's a time of a lot of joy. But there's also heartache involved because there's that special thing called high school basketball or high school athletics that just means so much to kids.
Thanks for listening to the Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Yo, listen up. Papa John's is rolling out their New York-style pizza. The oversized pizza has 8 big foldable slices with just the right balance of crust and toppings. Order one today online, your Papa John's app, or call the Salem location at 812-883-3369. Each New York pizza is $13 for a one-topping pie and is available for purchase until March 13th. The New York-style pizza is a classic that reigns supreme, so we're excited to offer consumers this foldable crust favorite made with our fresh, never-frozen dough. Stop in and see our new store manager, Shelby Lehman, today about setting up a fundraiser for your nonprofit event. Also, they're still hiring drivers and inside help. Apply online at harry.com, the HARRI.com. Remember, hot, fresh pizza is just a phone call away, 812-883-3369.
Commissioner Neidig, can I have a quick word?
Of course, Governor. What can I do for you?
Well, I just want to say thank you.
For what, sir?
For your service.
Well, Governor, you're welcome. And you know that I'm incredibly passionate about what we do at the IHSAA.
Oh, I do, and I share your passion. Without the IHSAA, we'd be without something incredibly important to our state's culture and to me, the boys and girls basketball state tournaments.
Without Hoosier hysteria, Indiana just wouldn't be Indiana, would it?
You're absolutely right, it wouldn't. And after all these years, I still can't seem to prepare myself for the excitement of the tournament.
Governor, the only way you can prepare for Hoosier hysteria is by getting your ticket.
Oh, you know I'll be the first in line.
Nobody does basketball like Indiana. This is high school basketball. This is Indiana. This is your IHSAA.
Hey, Carrie, you know how we like to say that high school sports are the purest form of amateur sports?
Pure spirit, pure sport. That's Indiana High School Athletics.
Well, I learned something the other day that further proves that.
I'm interested. Tell me more, Chris.
Well, We all know what amateur means, but do you know the root of its meaning? It means for the love of.
Wow, you're right. That really does reinforce the idea that high school sports are the purest form of sport.
Fans, I'm IHSA Assistant Commissioner Chris Kaufman.
And I'm Assistant Commissioner Carrie Rosati.
If you want to watch sports in their purest form, get a ticket and go support your high school sports teams.
Everyone there, from the players and coaches to the fans and officials, they're there simply for the love of the game.
Pure spirit.
Pure sport.
This is Pure Spirit. This is Pure Sport. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to Eastern High School here. We're halftime. Score of this ball game is 18-11. Paoli Rams on top of the Musketeers. Guys, just it's pretty easy. They wanted to slow it down. They did slow it down. They took good shots. They made shots, and then we didn't. So I mean, not much more that I'm going to say about it, but I'd like to hear you guys' comments on it.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we need to. They're going to slow it down. If they're going to do anything like they did the first half, they're going to slow it down. And we need to capitalize on the possessions we do get. I mean, I think we've had, at least 3 times where we had point-blank layups and we've missed. So we got to capitalize on that. Because, if we do, they're going to come down and they're going to run until they get a good shot. So if we can score, I don't know what coach is going to do as far as second half-wise and making adjustments to try to speed up the game, but I feel like that's what we need to try to do. If we can score, put a little pressure on them.
Well, we're going to have to find a way to speed them up. We can't, we're setting off of them 3 feet on the defensive end. We're going to have to get up and make them do things that they don't want to do. And down here, we play defense for a minute and a half, and then we come down and we shoot it within 15 seconds. We got to make them work. You got them in foul trouble early with both bigs picking up 2 fouls, and we didn't take advantage of it. So, we got to do a better job with that. And, I think these first 4 minutes of this third quarter is going to be important for us.
Yeah, I agree.
And on the other end of it, Kate's not got going yet. Jacob's really not got going yet. And I think it's the fact of both your all's points of what you were talking about. We need to show some patience down here to start the second half and get a good look. If it's a good look and we miss, I'm okay with that. No, but we got to get some good looks here. And we're down 7. We're down 7. You got 16 minutes to play here. I mean, it's not the game's not over yet. We just got to take our time here and take care of business. But it'll be Eastern basketball to start this second half as the Musketeers go back with their starters with Cherry, Caleb Jones, Caden Temple, Yancey Edlin, and Kay Jones. And for the Paoli Rams, they'll go back to their starters with Cole, Rominger, Patton, Little, and McBride. Yancey, I'll go left side to Caden Temple now. Temple, backdoor to Kay Jones, tipped out of bounds, and it'll be turnover Musketeers.
And they read that good, Kate.
Yeah, they did.
Recognize that and just hold the ball. Well, heck, I think he may even have lane down.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He had a lane right to the basket there. And
take it to. I mean, he's more capable of scoring.
now we're going to get a foul called on Paoli, and I believe it's going to be on Trey Rominger, and it is. I didn't see that.
No.
It was an off-the-ball foul there.
His first, so.
Rominger's going to pick it up.
Look, if we're going to try to get Cherry involved right here, right there.
Back out to Cherry now on the wing. Now the Yancey Edlin. Edlin now will go to Caden Temple. Temple. Now we go inside to Jacob. Jacob turns. A little soft jumper and knocks it down.
That's unguardable when you get him the ball that low.
Now here's the Paoli Rams, 18-13 now with 7 to go here in the third quarter. Rominger out top. Now goes right side to Bladen Patton. Patton now, high post here to McBride. Back to Patton. Patton, hand off to Cole. Cole's going to dribble back out top. Now go to Rominger. Left side to Carson Little. Little. Ball tipped away, picked back up by Fletcher Cole. Musketeers come out with a little bit more pressure here.
If you notice here, McBride, Cornett, I mean, he's taking Jacob away from the basket.
Yeah.
He's not really going down low except for that screen right there.
Air ball's picked up overhead to Yancey. Yancey in from the left side, missed, but rebounded by Cade Jones and put back in. So 18-15 now. The Musketeers have cut this lead down to 3 by Paoli. I think we'll see a lot more patience down there on the end for Paoli again. And Fletcher Cole loses the ball out of bounds. The turnover Rams back to the Musketeers.
And that's, it's tough to play this style game for a whole game.
Yeah.
Because I've watched them play, and they don't play like this anymore. I mean, they got to be able to win a game right now, so, but...
Well, you get them to have to play from behind and see what they do.
Right.
And ball goes into Cherry. Cherry now dribbles it back out, gives it to Caden Temple. Temple spins up and got it.
That's his move right there. A little spin in the lane.
He likes that, doesn't he?
18-17 now, 1-point lead. Musketeers come out. A little bit of fire in their step, guys, and picked up the pressure a little bit more out here on top. Cherry picks up McBride. Now out top to Patton, right side to Rominger. Rominger now looks inside, now goes back to Patton. Patton now to Cole. Cole will hold on to it, looking to penetrate. Now back to Rominger. Rominger steps up for a 15-footer, and no good. Rebounded by Cade Jones. Cade up ahead to Cade Temple. Temple spins.
Back to
back to Yancey. You were thinking the same thing I was. It looked like a back door there. Now Cade Temple on the right baseline, looking inside, gets it into Jacob Cherry. Cherry now hits Yancey Edlin off the glass and got it.
All right. That was a great cut by Yancey and a good look by.
Big response from the Musketeers. They come out and went on what?
8-0. Yeah, it was
8-0 run here to take a 1-point lead, 19-18. And just like you talked about, Shane or Mikey, you said it. We'll see how these guys play from behind now. If they do get sped up.
Yeah, Mikey said that. Yeah, I'll see what they do as far as, are they still going to be patient? And if I was them, I'd still try. It's a 1-point game.
Absolutely.
Still be patient. Don't just try to do what you did that first half. Because I think if you try to get into a more up-tempo game with us, I don't think that's, what you really want to do.
Well, it was important for us to have a start like this. If we came out and, let them maintain a 6-7 point lead by the end of the third quarter, then we start panicking a little bit. Can we come back and win this? And, we've responded here well. And, we got to continue to go to Jacob. They don't have an answer. I mean, they doubled him last time and he just shot over him. But,
guys, too, I think it's a good indication of what we get in the sectional, what teams might try to do to them.
Yep. Well, a team like Crawford County is probably going to do something like that, and Tell City, haven't seen them. I think they got 1 win this year.
Right.
Perry Central got a win last night. I can't remember who they played. It's a local team that we typically play, but I can't remember who it was. But they got a 1-point win last night. I think they're struggling to put points on the board. But here we go again. Paoli basketball right side now to Fletcher Cole. Cole.
Turnover there.
To Rominger. Rominger looking to penetrate, does. Down the middle, balked away.
And it looks like they're speeding up a little bit.
Yeah. So blocked away by Jacob Cherry. Paoli basketball over the top now to Fletcher Cole. Cole. Now, we're going to get a foul on Yancey Edlin.
I think we might have a chance for a turnover if Yancey wouldn't have reached because KT was coming up.
Yep.
And he might have
flip it.
Yeah. He might have still there.
They call that on. Yeah, they did call it on Yancey. It'll be his second foul, team's first of the half. Bladen Patton on the right side. Back out top to Cole. Cole. Looking, going to get a ball screen from McBride here. Rolls to the basket. Now goes left side to Rominger. Rominger back out top to Fletcher Cole. Cole. Hands off to McBride. Now back to Patton. Patton now gets the rolling McBride. He travels.
Yeah. That was a good job by Yancey stepping up. He calls that travel.
The turnover Rams back to the Musketeers. Musketeers right now, if we get 1 patient possession, I think you got to have one right here.
Yeah.
And And we go inside to Jacob Cherry. Cherry with a turnaround jumper. He got it. No answer, boys.
Nope.
No answer for that. If they let him catch it deep right there, they're in trouble.
Right. You can't stop 6'10" guy 2 foot from the basket.
Nope. 21-18, Musketeers on top of the Paoli Rams. Here's Cole, spin move, up and under. No good. Rebounded out there by Jacob Cherry. Now here's KT. Musketeers on the run now. Goes back to Yancey. Yancey goes to Jacob at the high post. Jacob looks to go to work. Spin move, off glass, no good. Rebounded out of there by Carson Little.
That was a good move. He just didn't finish.
Yep. There, Rominger. Rominger spins.
Walk. How's that not a walk?
Ball picked up by Temple. Up ahead to K. Jones. Jones in. Shot fake. Going to get called for travel. He struggled tonight.
Yeah. I think he just probably should have took that up right when he got it. He hesitated a little bit. I think he would have got fouled if he took it up right when he got the ball.
Well, I think last night might have been in his head a little bit, too, of, what happened and, trying to make the right play right there.
There's the ball. Tipped away. We're going to get another foul on Caden Temple. That'll be his third, I believe.
I don't know that I agree with that right there.
I was going to say, I don't think that was a foul. They switched them. They got Caleb Jones on Fletcher now.
And here's Jones out top to Rominger. Rominger out of McBride. McBride back to Rominger.
And that's a tough thing putting Cade on their best player as far as defense, picking up fouls, because you need him in the game.
Turnover Paoli. Now Yancey Edlin. Left side. Now we'll go inside to Jacob. Jacob goes off the glass. No good.
Ooh, could have called a foul on the Yancey there.
Yeah. I like it. I like him looking inside to Jacob right there, but he's got to be aware of where he's at.
Yeah, he wasn't. He got too deep and under the basket there.
Here's McBride. Now to Rominger. Now Bladen Patton. Patton inside to Jones. Jones gets blocked by Jacob Cherry.
Right here is another possession. I think we need to take our time, make sure we get
21-18 still. Musketeers on top with 2 minutes to go here in the third. It's Carson Little set to check back in for the Rams with the next dead ball. Caleb Jones right side to Caden Temple. Now hits Jones. Cade Jones at the top of the key. No good.
Yeah, Cade struggled tonight. That was in and out. Good
ball stolen again by Caden. Dude, he never quits.
He does.
He never stops. Here's Yancey from the right side. Off the glass, no good, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And that's Yancey's a player we need to get going here. He definitely can. He can put up some points in a little spurt here. He's definitely capable of it.
He struggled a little bit here the last couple of games coming into tonight. Offensively.
He has, yeah.
First one by Yancey is good.
When he's scoring, we're how much better team we are.
Oh, yeah.
We're a lot better,
Carson Little replaces Caleb Jones.
And especially out in, when we're running, get him out in the open floor and stuff, he takes the ball well to the basket.
Because he's so strong.
Yeah.
Edlin's second one is also good.
Eli checked in for Cherry as well on that.
Yep.
We squandered a few opportunities to stretch this out to about a 10-point lead.
23-18 with 1:23 to go here in the third quarter. Bladen Patton, left side. Back out top to Cornett. Cornett now to Cole. Cole splits down the middle, dumps it down to Carson Little. He double dribbles.
Yep. And Mike, the bigger margin we can make it, the faster they're going to have to play.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
As Windhurst will check in now and replace Rominger, I'd say that's about a 1-minute rest, and he'll be back in the beginning of the fourth quarter. So Musketeer basketball with a 5-point lead, 23-18. Baseline now to Caleb Jones. Caleb goes inside. Ball's tipped out of bounds. Nope. Exactly recovered by McBride. Turnover Musketeers.
Tough pass there.
I think to Mikey's point, we've squandered some opportunities right here in this third quarter, big time. Here's Windhurst. Windhurst being guarded by Edlin. He'll back out. Now to McBride. Down to 33 seconds. Now to Cole. Cole on the left side. Goes back out top to McBride. Now to Bladen Patton. Patton.
We like to reach way too much, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in situations. I mean, they got 30 feet from the basket almost.
Down to 17. Now McBride. Paoli looking for the last shot here. Ooh, Cade's got to be real careful right there.
Yeah, he does. Right there.
He's got to get his hands off of it.
Because it was only a matter of time.
Well, I'm not real sure why we got our hands all over them when we're 30 feet from the basket.
Right.
Paoli basketball, 6 seconds to go here. Comes into Fletcher Cole. Down to 4. Cole down the middle of the lane. Splits off the glass. No good. So that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Score 23-18. Musketeers on top. We'll step away here, word from our sponsors. Be back to get you fourth quarter action. You're listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
It's so good to have high school sports fans back in the stands this year, isn't it?
I couldn't agree more. We've missed their cheers, their energy, their spirit, and their support.
When you buy a ticket to high school athletic events, you're not only supporting your school's athletic department, you're also supporting your school's second classroom.
That's because the court, the gym, and the pool are where student-athletes learn valuable life lessons that will guide them the rest of their lives.
From teamwork and time management to responsibility and respect, I'm Brian Lewis, a proud Jasper Wildcat.
And I'm Robert Falcons, a South Bend LaSalle Lion. We're both assistant commissioners of the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
We're also both educators, so we know firsthand that high school sports aren't just about winning and losing. They're about learning and growing, too.
So, buy a ticket to your high school's athletic events and support the education of teens in your community.
This is supporting your school. This is supporting your community. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to Eastern High School here. Start of the fourth quarter. Musketeers on top of the Paoli Rams, 23-18. Guys, it's not been an offensive exhibition tonight, but you got to play the game, and we got 8 more minutes to go here. What are we going to see?
Well, I think we got to, if you can get a stop here, I think you almost flip the script on them and you become a patient team and make them have to change what they want to do. You got to make them uncomfortable, make them do things they don't want to do here.
Yeah, because they're struggling right now. They didn't score a point in that third quarter, so.
Here's Paoli. Cole on the drive, off the glass, no good. Rebounded out there by Caden Temple. You know, Fletcher's really struggled tonight, too, you know, scoring the basketball.
Yeah, we've done a good job.
He's had some opportunity. I know he's frustrated, but here's Temple now. Goes to Cade Jones. Jones. We got an official's timeout here. I'm not sure what for.
I think Caleb Jones is cramping.
Oh, okay. I've never seen a referee stop play for a cramped player, but okay.
Especially when we're on the drive.
So Little back in for Windhurst. Eastern basketball, 7.5 minutes to go. Up 5 still, 23-18. Temple with the basketball out top. He'll spin on Cole. Now go to Cade Jones. Jones now going to go to work on Bladen Patton. The shot's up. No good. Rebounded. Got his own rebound. Off the glass again. And we're going to get a blocking foul on McBride.
Well, that was ugly. Let's say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he did get hit pretty good.
Yeah, he got bumped.
Yeah. I'm not sure who that was on. It's Swanee, McBride, Cornett.
Yeah,
they called the foul on.
So Cade Jones at the line to shoot 2 here. He eyes the first one. It's on the way and good. I'll have one more coming to him to try to stretch this thing out to a 7-point lead. Second one by Cade is up and good. So 25-18.
You said first one to 30.
And I think Dusty Cole wants to talk about it. He's going to get a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here, guys. Mikey, I know you've been busy in that computer there. What do you think, bud? I know you talked a little bit about us reversing the roles here. You still thinking that?
I think so. I think you become especially you get a stop and you score, really start making them pressure us, because I think we're going to speed up then, and now we're going to be more into our game. Yeah. Defensively, they're starting on offense. With our defense, they're getting a little bit flustered because they've missed some opportunities as well to score there. They've had 2 or 3 layups that they've missed as well. So, win or lose, pretty or ugly, you got to take the victory. And Shane said earlier, postseason, you're going to see this. And it's a good test for us right here to battle through this.
Well, we got a long way to go in this one, guys. There's 7:09 left in this ball game with a 7-point lead. Paoli has the basketball. And to your point, Mikey, I think we need a stop right here, buddy.
Oh, most definitely.
Now, here's Patton. He'll go to the high post to Rominger. Rominger's going to go to work on Temple. Shot faded up. Oh, and we're going to call foul on Temple. There's no way.
That was all ball. He had his hand right on top of the ball. That should have been jump ball easily.
I agree with you, Shane.
That's KT's fourth. I mean, you got Caleb right now. Jones cramping up. I mean, who do you bring in right here?
Here's Rominger's first free throw, and he almost airballs it.
Oh, you got Jacob. I didn't realize Cherry was on the...
Oh, we're going to go big right here.
Yep. Well, that puts your ball handlers with Yancey and Cade.
Yeah. So I look for them to probably come out here and pressure a little bit on us. Rominger's got another one coming to him. He lets it go, and it is no good. Rebounded out there by Eli Guthrie. He'll get it off to Yancey Edlin.
Yancey he's a good ball handler. Yeah. He can take on this row right here.
Yancey will back it out. Now to Branson White on the left side. Now Branson. Back to Yancey. Yancey.
Oh, threw it away.
Nobody's even looking. Here's McBride on the breakaway. In off the glass and got it.
Here they come with the pressure.
25. 20. Back to Edlin. We do get it across.
Now we need to slow it down here and get a bucket.
Well, it goes back to my point. We got to be patient. You got KT on the bench.
Here's Jacob Cherry with a turnaround, and he rolls it in. I mean, it is over if he gets it right there. Here's Rominger. Little, left side to Patton. Out top to McBride. McBride will let 3 go. No good. Here's Cade Jones with a rebound. 27-20. We're down to 4:49 left. Jones with it out top. Right side to Yancey. They're looking back inside. They'll give it to Cherry again. Cherry now back to Eli. Eli out top to Yancey. They look inside to Jacob Cherry. He'll get fouled by Carson Little.
Yeah, that's all they could do right there.
You can't stop that. I mean, if you're going to play behind him like that, it's...
And he had to step on him, too.
Yeah.
I mean, he went by him pretty, didn't move there.
It'll be Little's third, team's fourth, as Jacob will go on to shoot 2 here.
It'd be good if you can, find another couple minutes without having to bring KT back in.
Cherry's first one is up and good.
Extend that lead.
Mikey, I was going to ask you, how long do you leave KT down there on the bench? Now with an 8-point lead, 28-20, we're at 5.5 to go. How long do you leave him?
As long as you're maintaining a 6 to 8, 10-point lead, you leave him over as long as you need to. If they cut it to 1 possession games, then I think you got to come bring him back. But
Carson, Little now. He'll give it back to Fletcher Cole. Cole now will go to work down the middle of the lane, step through, ball's blocked away. It'll be a foul called here, and they'll send Cole to the line to shoot 2.
And right there, the guys need to realize when you got a shot blocker, there's no need to foul anybody. He's coming behind you like that, and he's going to have the block.
So Cole steps to the line to shoot 2 here.
I think we kind of bailed him out there.
Yeah. Cole's first one is no good.
He has struggled tonight.
He struggled tonight.
I don't know what the referee was saying to him there.
Cole's second one is up and good. So 28-21. Musketeers on top with 5 minutes to go. Up ahead to Eli. Eli will hold on to it. Now back out to Yancey. Good play there by Eli.
Smart play.
Out top to K. Jones now, off to Yancey. Yancey being guarded by Trey. Rominger now goes the high post to Jacob Cherry. Cherry hands it off to K. Jones. Carson almost picked up his fourth right there. Now we'll go back to Cherry. Cherry turns. And throws it out of bounds. It's going to be turnover.
You know, he's getting himself too far under the basket. He needs to stay above that block there, the yellow block, and, you know, go from there. That gives you a little room.
So Paoli basketball. We're down to 4.5. Musketeers up 7. Here's Patton. Right side to Cole. Back out top to McBride. Now Patton again on the right wing. Now Cole. Cole steps back, being guarded by Yancey Edlin. Heads by Eli. Now cross court to Little. Little will let 3 go now. No good. Rebounded out of there by K. Jones.
Coach wants to slow it down here, run your offense, and I think that's a smart move. There he's got it. Yeah.
Another foul on Carson Little. Carson's saying he can't do anything. Well, I mean, when you're giving up a foot, it is tough. It's tough. I mean, he's doing everything he can down there to prevent him to, you know, to get to the block there.
Right.
Yeah,
he's doing a good job of getting him off the block. Right there.
Ball comes into Edlin. Edlin now goes back to Cherry. Cherry out to K. Jones for a 3. Got it! Finally! 31-21 Musketeers on top. We're 3:43 to go. Cole down the middle lane. Pulls up. No good. Rebounded out of there by Cherry. Cherry off to KT.
That was a big shot right there.
That's a big one. Been waiting on it all night, haven't we, guys?
We have. And I know he's gotten a little frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the last couple of nights.
Back inside to Cherry again. Cherry spins. Back to Branson. Now Yancey. Yancey down the middle of the lane. Up with a shot.
Fouled.
And he's going to be fouled, and he'll go back to the line, and I believe that's going to be 5 on Carson Little.
You know, we've done a good job of not settling for outside shots, taking the ball to the basket, you know, drawing some fouls.
As Winthurst will check in to replace Little, and we'll send Yancey Edlin to the line to shoot 2. With 3:15 to go, Musketeers up 31-21, a chance to add to this lead here.
We got KT back in the ball game.
Yep. Edlin's free throws up and good.
We did a good job there with KT on the bench of extending a little bit of lead to get him a time.
I think so too, Shane. Second one by Edlin is also good. So 33-21, Musketeers on top. 3:12 to go. Cole now. Hand off to Rominger. Rominger down the middle of the lane. Backs up. Now off to McBride. McBride now to Cole. Cole drives baseline. Puts it out to Patton. Patton fakes a 3. Now it's going to go back out top to Rominger. Rominger pulls up for a 15-footer. No good. Rebounded out of there by Yancey Edlin. Edlin back to Temple. Now back to Edlin. Yancey now walking across, crosses over, down the middle of the lane, back to Jacob Cherry up and in. 35-21 Musketeers on top.
Good
ball stolen away by Jacob Cherry. Cherry's going to go in. Jam it down.
I mean, how many 6'10" guys put it on the floor and took it down and dunk it?
We're going to have a foul on Yancey Edlin here. That's point center stuff there.
Yeah,
guys.
I mean, he got it at the half court and took it all the way and threw it down.
37-21 with 2:16 to go.
And he did it with authority.
Yeah, he did. Here's Windhurst for three. No good. Rebounded out there by McBride. Cross court to Patton. Patton's 10-footer. No good. And we're going to get a foul on Jacob Cherry. And I believe that'll send Rominger to the line for a 1-and-1. Rominger, his free throw is up and good.
You know, and that's only their
fourth point this half.
Yeah, we've done a good job defensively. You know, they have missed some shots that they maybe should have hit, but
Rominger's second one, no good. Rebounded by Caden Temple. Now Temple,
just be patient. We don't need to hurry nothing here.
Temple's going to be patient with it. Goes right side now to Yancey Edlin. Edlin's going to drive baseline. Now backs it back out. Loose Sandal. Dumps it down to KT, and he'll be fouled. No, we're going to have a timeout by Coach Pribble with 1:46 to go to be a full timeout. So we'll step away here. Word from our sponsors. You're listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
Yo, listen up. Papa John's is rolling out their New York-style pizza. The oversized pizza has 8 big foldable slices with just the right balance of crust and toppings. Order one today online, your Papa John's app, or call the Salem location at 812-883-3369. Each New York pizza is $13 for a one-topping pie and is available for purchase until March 13th. The New York-style pizza is a classic that reigns supreme, so we're excited to offer consumers this foldable crust favorite made with our fresh, never-frozen dough. Stop in and see our new store manager, Shelby Lehman, today about setting up a fundraiser for your nonprofit event. Also, they're still hiring drivers and inside help. Apply online at harry.com, HARRI.com. Remember, hot, fresh pizza is just a phone call away, 812-883-3369.
All right, welcome back to Eastern High School here. 1:46 to go in the contest. Musketeers basketball up by 15. KT to trigger it in for the Musketeers. He'll go right side to Yancey. Yancey thought about a three, nothing there. Going to get it off to Branch White. Now cross court to K Jones. Jones thought about a three, nothing there. Tried to go over top to Jacob Cherry. I think I'd rather seen him shoot that one.
Yeah, I think if he would have shot it, he wouldn't have got.
Here's Patton. Patton now. It's Windhurst. Now here's Cole with a long three. No good. Rebounded out there by Jacob Cherry. Cherry gets it off to Caden Temple. We're down to a minute 10.
Yeah, we don't need to take another shot. Just be patient.
Musketeers up 15.
They're going to foul us. Be strong with the ball.
Yep. There's K. Jones. Jones now with a runner. And no good. And rebounded by McBride. Under a minute now.
Honestly, guys, I don't think we need to shoot that. Do you?
No, I don't. 46 seconds left. Musketeers are going to come out of here with a hard-fought victory. I'll say that tonight. You know, they had to work for it here, and, you know, especially the first half, really limited in their scoring. As we're down to 30 seconds, Nancy Edlin has the basketball. Musketeers still with a 15-point lead. They're going to foul Branson White. They'll send Branson to the line to shoot a 1-on-1.
My prediction was 15 now. I could hit it right on the nose.
You could. You could.
They had to foul.
So Branson gets to get to the free throw line to shoot a free throw here, and the first one is up and good. Good for Branson there to step up there and knock that free throw down. Looks like he just got out of bed, doesn't it, guys?
It does, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Kind of looks like that a lot, though.
We got wholesale substitutions coming here right now. As Reese Weiniger, Cody Bannett, Cade Anderson, Dylan Beach, and Chris Terry will check in after the free throw, and he'll replace Branson White if he hits this free throw. With 24 seconds to go, Branson eyes the second one. It's up and good. Chris Terry will replace him. Windhurst Gets it in now, number 40. Back across to Windhurst. Windhurst now with 15. Left side now to Jones. Back out top to 40. Here's Windhurst with a long three. No good. Rebounded by Chris Terry, and that's going to do it. That'll bring us to the end of the game. There's the Musketeers coming away with a victory tonight here at Eastern over the Paoli Rams, 39-22. We'll step away here, word from our sponsors. We'll be back at you to get your post-game comments from Mikey and Shane. But you're listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
Can I have a quick word?
Of course, Governor. What can I do for you?
Well, I just want to say thank you.
For what, sir?
For your service.
Well, Governor, you're welcome. And you know that I'm incredibly passionate about what we do at the IHSAA.
Oh, I do, and I share your passion. Without the IHSAA, we'd be without something incredibly important to our state's culture and to me, the boys and girls basketball state tournaments.
Without Hoosier hysteria, Indiana just wouldn't be Indiana, would it?
You're absolutely right, it wouldn't. And after all these years, I still can't seem to prepare myself for the excitement of the tournament.
Governor, the only way you can prepare for Hoosier hysteria is by getting your ticket.
Oh, you know I'll be the first in line. Nobody does basketball like Indiana. This is high school basketball. This is Indiana. This is your IHSAA.
Hey, Carrie, you know how we like to say that high school sports are the purest form of amateur sports?
Pure spirit, pure sport. That's Indiana high school athletics.
Well, I learned something the other day that further proves that.
I'm interested. Tell me more, Chris.
Well, we all know what amateur means, but do you know the root of its meaning? It means for the love of.
Wow, you're right. That really does reinforce the idea that high school sports are the purest form of sport.
Fans, I'm IHSA Assistant Commissioner Chris Kaufman.
And I'm Assistant Commissioner Carrie Rosati.
If you want to watch sports in their purest form, get a ticket and go support your high school sports teams.
Everyone there, from the players and coaches to the fans and officials, they're there simply for the love of the game.
Pure spirit.
Pure sport.
This is pure spirit. This is pure sport. This is your IHSAA.
It's so good to have high school sports fans back in the stands this year, isn't it?
I couldn't agree more. We've missed their cheers, their energy, their spirit, and their support.
When you buy a ticket to high school athletic events, you're not only supporting your school's athletic department, you're also supporting your school's second classroom.
That's because the courts, the gym, and the pool are where student-athletes learn valuable life lessons that will guide them the rest of their lives.
From teamwork and time management to responsibility and respect, I'm Brian Lewis, a proud Jasper Wildcat.
And I'm Robert Falcon, a South Bend LaSalle Lion. We're both assistant commissioners of the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
We're also both educators, so we know firsthand that high school sports aren't just about winning and losing. They're about learning and growing, too.
So, buy a ticket to your high school's athletic events and support the education of teens in your community.
This is supporting your school. This is supporting your community. This is your IHSAA.
All right, welcome back to Eastern High School. Here's post-game from Eastern as the Musketeers come away with a victory over the Paoli Rams. Sectional opponent tonight, 39-22. Guys held these Rams to 4 points in the second half and scoreless in the third quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, them 4 points were late in the fourth quarter, really. So, I mean, for a quarter and a half, you held them scoreless. And, you know, I know you made the comment there late in the game when we were off air about the defensive effort these guys made in the second half. And, yeah, they did, but you only give up 18 in the first half and 22 for the game. I mean, you know, it's going to be hard for teams to only score 22 points against us and win.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, 100%, you know. We did a great job defensively. Like you said, I mean, we're talking about how it scoreless that third quarter and just 4 points in the second half. But that first half, we did a good job. And, you know, I thought we stepped it up a little bit, was able to score a little bit better. That first half, we missed quite a few shots we usually make. And then especially pull out a game like this where you have Kay Jones, I think what you guys say, go 4 for 11.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't have his best game, but to still be able to pull out a good win like that and defend, you know, have some other guys step up. And
well, here's a stat for you, and this is going to tell you how slow a pace game this was and how Paoli did it. They only had 29 shot attempts, and we only had 26 shot attempts and won by 17.
Wow. Well, and I'm looking at their box score right here, guys. Fletcher Cole, 1 point. Trey Rominger, 3 points. Bladen Patton, 5 points. I mean, to hold Rominger and Cole to 4 points, that's huge.
Yeah.
That is absolutely huge to hold them guys down like this. I think it's hats off to the defense tonight. As we got Coach Pribble here to stop in and have a word with us. Get him to slide in here. Coach?
How's it going? We scary in that first half?
No, not so much. I knew you had it under control. Yeah. You know, I was a little bit surprised, I got to be honest with you, the way that they approached the game. I thought it was a great game plan on their half to try to keep it as low scoring as possible. But, you know, the one thing I'm going to let you talk, but one thing I want to say is hats off to them boys tonight on the defensive end. You know, just to 18 points and to hold them to 4 points in the second half, shut them out in the third quarter. I mean, really great defensive effort by your guys tonight, and I think there's a lot to be said for that.
It was good. We changed to something that we'd not worked on in a little bit. We worked on it earlier in the season, and that was trapping ball screens and then rotating on the backside to help. And we made that adjustment at halftime, and not that was the only reason. You know, they missed shots, and that helps obviously too. But our guys adjusted to that really well and bought in and didn't panic. We didn't start taking bad shots because we were down. They didn't panic. They did a really good job of trusting what we were wanting them to do and trusting each other.
Yeah, Coach. I mean, I told these guys there in the first half it was like the roles was reversed from last year, where you wanted to shorten the game, and then this year it was the exact opposite. But talk about, you know, Cherry demanding the basketball tonight, coming out, you know, wanting to develop the presence that, you know, after last night, you know, he took a very physical game, took a beating down there at North Harrison. You know, I thought he played exceptionally well. You know, talk about, you know, his mindset coming in and how the guys approached getting him the basketball.
Well, I was impressed with him battling that hard, because he can't move anywhere on the floor without somebody having their, you know, arm in his back and you know, their butt into him and all that kind of stuff, trying to knock him off balance. He posted hard enough to get their guys in foul trouble early, and then he continued to post hard the whole game. And I don't know how many minutes I played him, but it seems like a lot. 24, 28, something like that? 24, I think. He played 24 minutes, and he got beat on and you know, gave a beating for 24 minutes, which is what a big guy has to do. And he's bought into that now that he's growing into his body a little bit better, and he's becoming a physical guy down there for us, which is really good for our team.
Well, I made the comment last night, Coach, during that North Harrison game, that when you got last night is a 5'11 kid, tonight 6'2", 6'3", you can't guard a kid that's 6'10 that plays like Jacob does unless you're holding him. And I get it, I understand it, but at some point, you got to start giving the big man a little bit of leeway there when you're holding him. And last night, we didn't get those calls a lot. Tonight, I felt like we got a few more of those.
I agree with that. You know, he's done a really, really good job of sitting his hips so low that it's hard for a defender to get their knee under his butt. It's hard for a defender to really move him because he can sit low enough to hold his ground. And Coach Jones, a lot of credit to him. He does a great job with Jacob. Jacob likes working with him. He listens and makes a lot of those changes. But that's been Jacob's weakness, is being able to handle physicality. And we just saw 2 games in a row where he took a beating. And, you know, he's standing right here, so I don't want to make it that too big. But he did a great job handling that.
Well, while we're talking about Jacob, I said point center. He takes the ball half court.
I luckily turned around time. I walked down to say something to Caleb Jones about, you know, his ankle and whatnot. And I turn around, and Jacob's on a fast break dribbling the ball, and I'm thinking, what's going on? And everybody starts getting louder in the gym, and then he just rips the rim off.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was an awesome play, you know. And then Shane said it, you know, he goes, how many guys you see 6'10" in high school that feel confident enough to take the ball from half court and drive it in and slam it home with authority? I mean,
yeah, that was nice.
Well, and we'll let you go, and Jacob, we're going to get on here, but talk about, how proud you are of this team and responding and what this does to let the teams know that, in my opinion, that we ought to be the sectional favorites. We're coming down there to win it, and we got some revenge on our mind and everything else from last year.
Yeah, I would like to think that we'd be a sectional favorite, but also against North Harrison, at North Harrison, we were an 11-point underdog, and, I'm one that I feel disrespected. Last year, when, we were under 500, I still felt disrespected when we were the underdog. But I think that every game we go into, we've got a good enough plan. We've got guys who buy in enough to what we're doing that we should win every game that we play, the rest of the year. And that's truly how I think our guys feel as well.
Well, now I got Jacob Cherry on here with you, so now the pressure's on you. Do you feel like you ought to be the point guard after that play?
Yeah. No, I just feel like I was at the right place at the right time.
Talk about how it is as being 6'10" and playing against these post players at 6'2", 6'3", that's just beating on you down there. What mindset do you got to stay into to, keep battling and stay positive and just keep working down there?
Yeah, it's really difficult because they just kind of get in your knees, and as a taller guy, just kind of get you off balance. But as far as it goes for me, I just try to get as low as I can. Coach Rule does a really good job of teaching me that, to keep my butt low and just be active.
So, talk about, the rebound off a tough loss last night coming in here. What was your and the team's focus, Coach Pribble, of coming into the night? How quick did you guys forget about that, come in here ready to go this morning? What was the focus coming home last night?
Yeah, we were obviously disappointed, but this morning we had a film session that kind of became a thing of the past. I mean, obviously that feeling is still there, but we knew we had a game tonight. We knew it was going to be a tough one, so we just had to get after it tonight.
Going into the half, and I'm going to ask Coach this as well. He can answer this as well. 11 points, and that's normally halfway through a first quarter for you guys, or a first quarter. Down 7 to a team that that you're better than. What was your all's mindset? Was panic in your all's mind at all? With them holding the basketball, and what was going through your guys' mind? Then I'll talk to Coach Pribble can answer that as well.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't feel like we were pressured or anything. We knew they were going to play a slow tempo, so we just kind of had to pick up the pace a little bit. Once we took the lead, it kind of all just went uphill from there.
Yeah, that's what I said too. Once we got the lead, they were going to have to change their game plan and play faster than they wanted to.
We talked about potentially making changes. Obviously we've got, if you look down our bench, we got like 25 coaches down there. But so we had a lot of different opinions on things that we were going to possibly change. We talked about maybe pressing, but I don't think that's us. So I wanted to stay true to what we do. So then we made the little change of trapping ball screens, and then also offensively, we just talked about you only got 11 shots, and I think missed 3-4 layups, something like that, in that first half. So there's nothing to freak out about. If we make those 3 or 4 layups, it's a lot different ball game. We've got a lead, and they can't stall and all that kind of stuff. But I think it also helps that I'm not a person with a demeanor that panics about anything very often. So I think some of that does kind of bleed into the guys that we just have a calm demeanor, whether we're playing really well or playing really poorly. We're going to continue to have the same fight kind of throughout the whole game.
Well, guys, congratulations. I appreciate you guys stopping in. Jacob, great game tonight. Good bounce back. To be back home again Friday night against Charlestown, another conference team. Hopefully get another win there. And, guys, I mean, it's an enjoyment to call these games. I want to be honest with you. It is. All three of us enjoy it. We're looking forward to what the rest of the season brings you guys, and you're getting battle-tested now, and hopefully that'll prepare you for a long postseason.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Oh, I got get Shane and Mikey back on here, and I'll go through the stats here first for the Paoli Rams. You have Fletcher Cole with 1 point, Trey Rominger with 3, Carson Little with 4, Bladen Patton with 5, and Isaac Cornett McBride with 9 with a total of 22. For the Musketeers, you had Caden Temple with 2, Caleb Jones with 3, Branson White with 2, Yancey Edlin with 6, Kate Jones with 11, and Jacob Cherry with 15. We out-rebounded Paoli 20-5, and we had 9 assists to the Paoli's 4. Turnovers were won by Paoli, 11 to our 9. The Musketeers with a total of 39 points. Final score from Eastern here tonight is 39-22. Any comments from you guys, and we'll get ready to send it back to the station.
I mean, they played a really good game in the second half. I guarantee if you ask Paoli, you hold Kate Jones 11 points and Cherry to 15. Well, they're probably saying we're right there, chance to win the ball game. And I think that's impressive.
I think that's a great point, Shane. I mean, I do. I think that's a great point.
So, it's a kind of game, a sectional game you have to be able to win because it's what you're going to face.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a good win, especially defensively. You can't ask much better for defensively on the game. So,
absolutely.
I'm super proud of how they come out tonight. It still was a little struggle from after last night, but, we pulled it off and, had a good win.
That's a tough game. I think that's a tough game to play, guys, is when it's a slow down game like that. I just think it's a tough game to overcome there, and we did it. Mikey?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you guys, and, it just shows, what Coach Pribble's done with this group and this program, but the way he leads the team, they follow, and you see it in their reactions. They don't panic, they don't get upset about anything, and they talked about that while I was on the air with them, and, they're always giving each other credit, and, that's what's making this team successful, and, I enjoy it, enjoy having you guys call this games with me, and I'm looking forward to just how much better we continue to get and, how far things go.
Yeah, I mean, one thing with Coach, I mean, with the players and stuff, they're super respectful. They're good.
Yeah.
I mean, how they approach the game, how they, everything. They're good kids, and they buy into what he is trying to teach them.
It's funny you say that, Shane, because Mikey's made that comment on the radio when we've had these kids on the radio for post-game of how well they're spoken and how respectful they are of their coaches and of us getting them on there. So, I think that's just a statement of what he's done here and what he expects. I mean, that's what he expects here.
He expects them to act a certain way, and they do.
So we'll get ready to send it back to the station here, but just looking forward ahead here. The Lady Musketeers will be back in action next Thursday night here at Eastern. It'll be senior night as the Lady Musketeers welcome the Scottsburg Warriorettes to town. And then Friday night, the Eastern boys basketball team will be back home, and another Mid-Southern Conference opponent is Charlestown will come to town, and it'll be also homecoming night for Eastern, so we look forward to that. And if you guys don't have anything else, we'll send it back.
Nope, that's it.
Well, one more time from Eastern tonight, the Musketeers come away with the victory over the Paoli Rams, 39-22 for Wes, Mikey, and Shane. You've been listening to Eastern Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana, and I say God bless and good night.